Oh, brother. Hang on, I gotta do a quick sound test. You know how I do it. But this, of course, will give people a chance to pop into the stream, say what's up, and let me know how you're feeling. All right, we're good. I know my camera may be a little crappy, a little bit of lag. I can see the classic little Wi-Fi signal on the top left of my screen, which tells me I got that sus internet connection, but it's been like that for me forever. Oh man, but what's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Guardians series recap, series preview live stream. As the Guardians had the first leg of the Ohio Cup against their lovely frenemies from down in Southwest Ohio against the Reds. And it went about as you'd expect, although how it happened was a little unexpected. Heading into this series, I was not really expecting a sweep. Of course, the inner part of me was like, I want to sweep these losers back to freaking Kentucky, but I knew deep down we were not sweeping these guys. They're always very tough to play at home. And in fact, I don't think either team has won this series in the last, 7 years. In fact, let me take a look at the Ohio Cup history here. I'm pretty sure we've split the last 7 years, or 7 or so meetings, years. Okay, so the last time. All right. So far, actually, in the 2020s, the Guardians, I believe, are now 10-8 or 10-9 now. I don't know if they've included this year's results, but it's been very close. As you can imagine, the 2010s were dominated by the Guardians because we were good and they were ass. So yeah, classic. All right, so we have tied the last 3 years so far. Yeah, 2021, 2, and 3. All 3 were even draws. The Guardians won the series in 2020, go figure. 2, they swept them at home, and we split on the road. In fact, in 2022, we swept them in Cincinnati. They swept us in Cleveland, ironically. And then last year, we split overall. Now, again, for those who are unaware of the rules of the Ohio Cup, all we got to do is win one game in Cleveland, and the trophy stays in Cleveland. That's it. How could the trophy go to Cincinnati if they ever beat the Guardians in the series? There's no draw. They favor the series. If I thought I heard they were trying to make it a 3-3 next year instead of 2-2 or something like that. But if they, for instance, win the next 2, then they would get the trophy. But all we got to do is win one in Cleveland when they come to town, I believe in September. And the trophy stays in Cleveland. But yeah, I knew we were probably going to split this series in Cincinnati. Very hard team to beat at home, as is the case with most teams. They got that home field advantage pretty much, playing in that tiny little rinky-dink ass ballpark. It's not really tiny. It seems like it is, though, because the ball flies out of that thing so easy. I mean, heck, look what happened in the first game. And it's funny, though, because what should have happened in the first game happened in the second game today. And I'm going to get into that here in a second. So as we get rolling here, of course, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell. And it's time to talk about the Ohio Cup. By the way, Kansas City is getting stomped again. That kills me because we could have gained a game on them, right? Could have gained a game on them. Freaking ridiculous, man. So let me pull up the series recap here. And we'll get into it. Okay. All right. So starting off yesterday's game, of course, we had Tristan McKenzie on the mound. And I'll be honest, that was the game I thought we were going to lose because the way Tristan's been pitching lately, yeah, let's just say he's been kind of stinky. So I was not feeling good about him pitching at all. And lo and behold, he had one of his better outings of the year. Go figure. Go freaking figure. He has one of the better outings he's had all year. I mean, looking at his box score, I mean, 5 1/3 innings, not bad for a guy who's been all over the place. He gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, but he struck out 4. What's up, Daniel? Now, got to give a lot of credit to the bullpen. You know, they held it down. Heron, Hentges, Smith, nasty. They were disgusting. And then for the Reds, they went with a bullpen game. Originally, this was supposed to be Hunter Green. Well, actually, going back about a week or so ago, it was actually lined up to be Ashcraft yesterday and then Green today. That would have been a gnarly matchup. Green versus Bibee. Ooh. But, of course, eventually Ashcraft was sent down. Then it was Green and Lodolo today, like this series. But then, weak as David Bell decides, you know what? I'm going to push back Hunter Green to face the Brewers. Because clearly, obviously, he cares more about that series than the Ohio Cup. So he had a bullpen game yesterday, starting off with Suter and then going to Martinez, who we tattooed him pretty good. Then they went to Mole, Sims, Wilson, Cruz, and Farmer. And the Guardians scored 5 runs. Yeah. This offense is so weird because, like, one game they all score a ton of runs, and then the next game they get shut down. But that's baseball. Gotta love it. Why didn't we take Bibee out before the second home run? Oren, I was thinking the same thing. I had a bad feeling that at bat against Candyman. Candelario. Had a bad feeling about that. Because you know Bibee ain't going to just let him get on base. At that point, I'd put a pitch kind of like upper inside a little bit. Maybe a little lower, you know. Maybe try to nibble a little bit. Maybe get some love from the umpire. But got to give credit. I'll talk about Bibee starting in a minute. He was phenomenal. Just a couple bad pitches. Sucks. But yeah, in terms of the scoring, oh, wow. The Guardians in that first game, they did a lot of it. Now, the scoring, surprise, surprise, Jeimer Candelario. Freaking hate that guy. RBI double. Got him on the board in the bottom of the first. Now, this came, remember, after we had already robbed 2 home runs. This was during an inning where we robbed 2 home runs. Friedel singled. Then you had a dumbass throwing error again. And then they struck out De La Cruz. Here's a spoiler. He struck out a lot in this series. Yeah. And then Candelario doubled to make it 1-0. And it could have been much worse, as Spencer Steer and Jake Fraley back-to-back flyouts, home runs robbed by Tyler Freeman. Triston McKenzie definitely owes Tyler Freeman big time. Whether it's, a steak dinner from like Longhorn or something. I don't know how rich he trying to be like that, or like something, he owes him big time for that, because it could have been like 3 or 4-0 after all that, but it's only 1-0, and the Guardians struck. Took a little bit, but they struck back. Top of the third, Stephen Kwan RBI double, scored 2 runs, because that's what he does. All he does is get on base. Josh Naylor singled in a run, made it 3-1, and it would be 3-1 for a little while, heading into the bottom of the 6th. Spencer Steerwood single, scoring a run, made it 3-2. And then top of the 8th, first pitch coming out of the break. Who did they have at the mound? They had Fernando Cruz, one of their better relievers. Throws a bad pitch. Let's see, where did he throw it? Lower, kind of in a little bit, right? They have a 3x3 grid, right, for the strike zone on the MLB app. It was borderline second inner line between the innermost bottom square and the lower middle square. Right on that middle line. My dude crushed that thing. 109 rounded up miles per hour. 425 feet. I know he's been in a bit of a funk. He stinks a little bit. But my God, when he hits a ball with the way he swings, because he has that swing that just propels the ball. I haven't seen a swing like that since Yonder Alonso was here. He had that swing that's like this. He pushes the ball. When he crushes it, he crushes it. And it's funny. I was watching Dashy's stream, just, listening to him grovel on about crap. My dude spent, I kid you not, at least a half inning groveling on about the Brewers. Because a Brewers fan, troll, was in his chat talking amok. This dude, I swear, kid you not, said every team was going to win a World Series before the Brewers. And then the funniest part happened. Naylor hits the homer. This dude, oh my God. If you had earphones in listening to this guy, you would have lost your hearing. What's up, MOD? Yeah. Yo, bro. What's goody? How you doing? But my dude was like, I hate Josh Naylor. Cleveland Guardians suck. Cleveland Guardians suck. He's like, Guardians suck. Something like that. I'm like, I'm just over here laughing my ass off. For those who don't know who I'm talking about, if you've watched my previous streams and videos, like from a few months ago, I'm talking about freaking Dashy Sports. This dude is freaking hilarious when he's mad. Stankies are beating down on the Royals. Oh, yeah, we're fine. That's why I'm not tripping about tonight, because the Royals got their butts beat in even worse than we did. Yeah, it would have been nice to gain another game, but we don't lose any ground. The only one that gains any ground is Minnesota. Of course. And they're in third place, so I'm not really worried about them right now. We're still 20 games over 500. Meanwhile, the Reds are still looking up at the Brewers, who, much like us, don't really know how to lose that much. And they have a first-year manager, too, just like us. But, yeah, getting back to talking about this game, safe to say Josh Naylor will not be receiving any Christmas cards from Dashy Sports anytime soon. And so it's, 4-2. And then Josh Naylor struck again top 9 with a ground out, but scored a run. And it's 5-2. And then Class A came in, allowed a run, which is very rare. But he's human, I mean, Mason Miller gave up a walk-off dong today. So not really feeling too bad about Class A. He's going to give up runs. It's a long season. He's still damn good. Someone's going to hit him at some point. And so, yeah, they get a run, but that's all they get. There was also a scary situation where Blake Dunn or whatever for the Reds got conked in the head, took 101 to the dome piece, got right up, walked it off. Like, yo, if it wasn't for that helmet, my dude probably would have, the ball would have probably went through the freaking one side of his head and out the other. This dude took 101 off the dome, shrugged it off. No, I'm sure after that he's probably shaking. He probably got sent to another dimension for a quick second, but yeah, seemed like he's fine. See if that affects him later in life, though. His brain was probably turned gelatinous for a second. Probably saw 6 versions of Class A for a minute there, but yeah. Despite the fact he wasn't his best, Tristan McKenzie got the win. Hasn't had too many wins this year. He's 3-3 with a 4.10 ERA. Nick Martinez took the loss. He's 2-4, 4.50 ERA. And Class A nailed down his, once again, league-leading 20th save of the year with a 0.84 ERA. Of course, the Yankees, Clay Holmes, actually tied him for the lead in saves, just like how Aaron Judge tied and probably took the lead by now. Tied or took the lead from Jose Ramirez in RBIs. Oh, man, the Royals are your team? Oh, man, come on now, man. Disappointed. I thought we were friends, man. So, yeah, that's the first game of the series. And now we got to talk about the second game. Of course, we had our, I guess, ace, Tanner Bibee. Some people might say Ben Lively is our ace, but no, it's Tanner. Tanner's been on fire this year lately. And it really sucks because today the offense decided not to show up. And I mean, if you looked at our lineup, you knew today was going to be one of those games. Because, I mean, Stephen Vogt, I know you're a rookie, but what was this lineup, bro? The top 6 were fantastic. Beautiful. Love it. But once again, the bottom third. I mean, Arias, or should I say Arias, Rocchio, and Hedges? Did he really even care about this game? I don't think he did. No, he was thinking split the whole way. He was like, you know what? I'm going to just toss out this garbage-ass lineup and hope to God that Tanner Bibee cooks. And he did. But he needs run support. Oh, you used to be a Garden fan. Who is the Cleveland Gardens? Who's the Cleveland Gardens? Oh, you're one of those people, huh? You left the team because of the name change? Interesting. Wow. Don't see too many of those people around these parts. For me, I don't care what their name is. They could be the Cleveland Trapezoids for all I care. And all I care about is the name on the front of the jersey. That's all I freaking care about. That's all I care about. They could be the Cleveland Derps for all I care. They could be the Cleveland Baseball Club. As long as it's Cleveland, I'm a root for them. It's the way I am. It's the way I was born. Now, if the Guardians would have moved, God forbid, it depends on where they would move to. If they move cross country, well, at least I'd be able to watch them on TV on MLB Network because they wouldn't be in my viewing area anymore. And they said I'd be able to watch them on extra innings, but damn, I would hate them. I would wish nothing but the worst for Dolan. But he's too loyal to the city to do that. Yep. So talking about the second game, like I said, Tanner Bybee on the mound against Lodolo, who was as good as Bybee. Now, the key difference is we put immense pressure on Lodolo. We drove his pitch count all the way up. And to the point where he only went 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 Ks, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Tanner, on the other hand, was phenomenal, aside from 2 mistake pitches to the same guy. 4 hits. He only had 1 hit entering the 6th inning. And it was the home run to Candelario. Gave up 2 bloopy-ass hits, whatever, and yeah. Honestly, if I was Stephen Vogt, I would have taken him out after he K'd De La Cruz. I would have taken him out. Tito would have. You know that for sure. Sometimes Tito was overprotective of his pitchers. He'd take them out at the first sign of trouble. But you got a good-ass bullpen. You got Nick Sandlin warming in the pen. He's the guy you bring in that situation. Once he K'd De La Cruz, I'm saying, okay, Tanner. I'm not even giving him the strike this mother effer out again. No, I'm saying, bro, I know you want to stay in, but this guy got you last time. We're not going to have that happen again. And maybe things go different. Maybe you only give up 1 run and there was a tie game. I don't know. Hard to say. But nonetheless, starting it off, Candelario struck again. Bottom of the first with a homer. That would be the only blemish for 5 1/3 innings for Tanner. The only hit for a while. After that, he struck out or retired 11 straight. My dude ended up with 11 strikeouts. They could not figure him out at all. And then, because we were down 1-0, top of the third again, David Fry up with the bases loaded. And you know how scary you got to be for a pitcher to not even want to throw an interesting, a semi-delicious pitch, like a pitch that you might swing at? Like, I'm looking at his pitch chart. He threw 2 pitches in the zone. The first pitch at bat and the 4th pitch which was a foul ball. This dude wanted no part of David Fry. I am a Cavalier for NBA and Kansas City Royals is my favorite MLB team. Oh, you're Kansas City. Well, that explains it. And you're only a Cavs fan because Kansas City doesn't have a basketball team. That explains it. Okay. That explains it. All right. So, we tie the game, top of the third. And then top 5, Andres grounds out, gives us the 2-1 lead. And it would be that way in the 6th when Candelario once again homer. And that would be it for Tanner Bybee, and that would be it for the scoring. The Guardians really didn't get any more chances to do anything after that. But what really puzzled me was top of the 8th inning, they decided to not pinch hit their 3 worst hitters. In fact, he only pinch hit Kyle Manzardo for Tyler Freeman in the 9th against Alexis Diaz. And that went exactly as you'd expect it. 1-2-3 inning. So the Guardians went out with a whimper, and they got the split. Like, this team just does not like sweeping series. So it is what it is. I'm not going to, again, be too mad at it. I'm not going to throw a hissy fit. I'm not going to throw things. I'm not going to punch a hole in the wall. Because at the end of the day, it's baseball. You lose games. We're only, barely like 60-some, 70-some games into the season. We're comfortably ahead in the AL Central. And Kansas City lost again. So, hey, we're doing all right. Got an off day tomorrow, back at home for Toronto. So, take 2 out of 3 against Toronto and just keep doing your thing until the trade deadline. And then hopefully we are aggressive and we go out, get ourselves a starter, get ourselves another bat or 2. I could go for 2 bats. Do what they did in 2016. Remember that year? That was a fun year for trade deadline for the Guardians. They got Andrew Miller. They almost got Jonathan Lucroy, but he didn't want to be here. He vetoed the trade. Asshole. Look what that got him. Nowhere. And then, of course, we got Brandon Guyer, too. He was a big piece. That's what I would probably do, too. Get yourself a solid... In fact, I don't know if I can pull it up. There's an article from Jim Bowden. He posted. He had a little snippet for the Guardians, essentially saying, not quoting or anything because I'm paraphrasing here. He essentially said that the Guardians are scouring both leagues for a corner outfield bat and a middle rotation starter. Now, right off the bat, I can think of a couple names that I would love to add to this team. I mean, right off the bat, in terms of, bats, I'm thinking maybe Brent Rooker, Taylor Ward. What about Luis Robert? If we want to go big balls move, that's the move I would go for. But I'm thinking more on the line of Taylor Ward or Brent Rooker. Yeah. I understand they would probably require a somewhat decent-sized package, but they have term left. I think Ward and Rooker have like arbitration years left. I know Luis Robert, he doesn't even have arbitration years. He has legit years left, including 2 club options. So, yeah. As long as we trade for an outfielder with term left that can actually rake and hit dongs, we lit. We litty then. Damn, is Boston really going up 3-0 on Dallas? That's tough. Wow. But now in terms of pitchers, obviously, you talk to any Guardian fan, they want the Jesus Lizard, a.k.a. Jesus Luzardo, for some reason. But I don't know. If we want to go big move, why not call up our friends from North in Canada, huh? Yusei Kikuchi? Maybe the guy we're facing next, Kevin Gausman? Not going to lie, though. If we pulled off Bo Bichette, that would be hard, too. That would go hard. But I don't know if that'll happen. That's if we go shortstop instead of. There's going to be a lot of names that are going to come up. I haven't really heard anything definite right now that we're in pursuit. It's just a lot of, I think, or predictions or opinions right now. It's nothing like. I have not seen a tweet saying the Guardians have talked to a team about a player. I have not seen those articles yet. Your favorite team is the Kansas Jayhawks. All right, man, Destruction. You have convinced me that you are indeed in Kansas. No more needing to convince me that you live in Kansas or Kansas City, whatever. I believe you. I wasn't calling you a bandwagon. I was saying. I mean, you live in Kansas, so it makes sense you're a Kansas City Royals fan. I still don't know who the heck the Cleveland Guardians are. I kid. But yeah, what really sucks about Bibee today was that he was phenomenal, like I said. 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, again, 4 runs, 1 walk, 11 Ks, and 2 homers to the same guy. 2 bad pitches. Sucks. And then Lodolo, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. And much like Triston McKenzie, Nick Lodolo needs to take his defenders, especially Candelario and De La Cruz. He needs to take them to dinner or something, because if they don't make those bang bang plays that they made, especially Candelario, he robbed David Fry of at least a double. That scores a couple runs. Then there was a bang bang play from Herder whatever the heck that dude's name is. He gunned down Rocchio's slow ass at home. I always hate having a 1-run lead. I've said it many times on stream. I hate having 1-run leads because it's like walking through a minefield. One bad pitch and it's over. In this case, this wasn't even stepping on a mine. You stepped on a damn freaking, I don't even know what. It wasn't even an anti-personnel mine. It was a damn anti-tank mine. You freaking laid down on that sucker. Damn. And it sucks because they showed Bibee in the dugout after he got taken out of the game, and he looked dejected because he's probably also wore out because he was over 100 pitches, which, to my knowledge, that was the first time that we had a pitcher go over 100 pitches. Like I said, I would have taken him out after that to De La Cruz, because it's crazy seeing what happened in that last at bat. He essentially was doing a Jose, one of those try hard at bats that we all hate when it happens against us, but we love it when we do it. One of those try hard at bats where fouling off everything. He fouled off 1, 2, 3, 4 pitches. He not swing and miss once. He fouled off everything. He was locked in. He was as locked in as you really could be. It's not even joking. He was beyond locked in. Will you eventually stream the Guardians? Eventually, when I get my main computer back. Whenever that is. I thought I was going to get it today, but I guess not. I actually called up the dude who has my computer, and he says that they're almost done. And I was about ready to freaking cook up a thumbnail and maybe stream this game, meaning the NBA Finals game. But it's the 3-0 lead for the Celtics. Are the Mavs really going to get beat out of the freaking NBA Finals in a sweep? Teams leading 3-0. No way Luka going out like that, though. Ain't no freaking way Luka gonna go out like that. I think the Mavs are going to go balls to the wall. They're going to win game 4 and then lose in 5. Yeah. So I'm hoping to have my computer back. I want to say by next week, but I don't even know anymore, man. Pissing me off. I'm missing out on some good stuff, man. I'm missing out on some content. You realize how many videos and streams I could have done? Why don't you stream on your laptop? It's slow and unreliable. I tried to stream on my laptop earlier, all reliable, but kept kicking out on me. Freaking disconnecting. So hopefully I'll be getting it back by next week. Oh well. Boston is going to sweep the Cowgirls. The Mavericks. That's tough. But yeah, what it is what it is. So let's talk about. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let's wrap up the Ohio Cup. Lodolo took the win. He's 7-2 with a 2.93 ERA. Ivy took the hard loss, 4-2, 3.94 ERA, and Diaz got his 40th save of the year, 5.33 ERA. I did not realize his ERA was that ass. My God. Just like his brother. Golly, he must be running in the family nowadays, being ass. I mean, heck, Edwin Diaz is so ass, his mind is all shaken up. It's a mental thing with him. So, now we get ready to face our friends from up north. So we go from facing our friends from our enemies, I guess, frenemies from down south to the ones up north of the border. In Cleveland, mind you, too. And we're probably going to have... Oh, wait, no, I think we're going north of the border, aren't we? Yeah, we're going north of the border. Okay. I mixed it up. So we are going north of the border. All right. I mixed it up. Oh, well. Let's preview the Blue Jays series. So, we're here. So 7:07 first game. It will be, I am pretty sure, Logan Allen versus Gausman, but let's see what it says here. We're going to have our stinky pitchers pitching, so that'll be fun. Oh, no, yeah, it'll be Logan Allen. 6-3. I say he's stinky, but it says his ERA. That's stinky. 6-3, 5.57 ERA, 54 Ks against Kevin Gausman, who's 5-4 with a 4 ERA and 69 Ks. Nice. And like I said, he could very well be a potential trade target for the Guardians if they choose to go that route. If the price isn't that expensive. Against Mr. Allen, Schneider has 1 homer, 2 RBIs, and Springer has a homer with an RBI. And Bichette, who could be a Guardian by next month, RBI as well. He could be a Guardian. Who knows? Like, if we ended up with a combination of Bichette and Gausman, yeah, I'd be for that. That'd be lit. That would be lit, not going to lie. Now, against Gausman, wow, Hedges has 2 RBIs, and Kwan has an RBI. Nobody on the current roster has hit a home run off of him. So that will be fun. And, of course, this is a homecoming now for the Nailers. They are back in Canada. See how they do. I'm sure their family is going to be there to watch. No pressure. No pressure at all. Who remembers in 2020 when the Jays almost played their games in Canada? But then they decided to not do that because there would have been some strict rules. Facts, Fred, but you have to figure in a bet, a dead game for the offense. We'll see what happens against Gausman. It'll be fun. It'll be a chance for him to show us that he could potentially be a Guardian. Not going to say he will be a Guardian, but it's possible. It's very possible we might look at him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Josh Naylor has an RBI, too. I almost forgot. So Naylor, Hedges, and Kwan all have RBIs. It's crazy that J-Ram is batting 200 average or 20 at bats. Yeah. So hopefully, we can at least beat him or something. That'd be cool. Game 2 of the series, 3:00. Very weird start time there. 3:00 start. It'll be Carlos Cookie Man Carrasco. Oh, God. 2-5 with a 5.50 ERA, 42 Ks against somebody. They haven't said exactly who it'll be. And against Carrasco, Kiermaier has a home run and an RBI and 16 at-bats. Justin Turner has 1 homer, 3 RBIs, and Vogelbach, 1 homer and 1 RBI. And in case you haven't heard by now as well, the Blue Jays actually traded Kevin Biggio to the Dodgers. So we will not be seeing him in this series. Guardians still looking good on the road. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Needs to go. That's the loss. That's always been like a scheduled loss for me because we always stink with him on the mound. It sucks. Wow. And then we get Ben Lively against Jose Barrios. Ben Lively, who was actually banged up against the Marlins. He actually went back to Cleveland to get looked at, scared everybody in the fan base, thinking, oh my God, what did he do? But then he joined the team in Cincinnati, so looks like everything's fine. He's 6-2 with a 2.59 ERA, 48 Ks, and he's going up against a guy that we've actually been able to beat up on lately, and Jose Barrios. He's 5-5 with a 2.93 ERA, 64 Ks. In fact, I'd say that the last couple of years in Minnesota and his first couple of years in Toronto, we've been able to beat up on him a bit. And I love that because for a while that we could never touch him. Lively is not giving up any runs against the current roster for the Jays. And then against Barrios, obviously, as you can imagine, J-Ram, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. And Josh Naylor, home run and 3 RBIs. And Stephen Kwan, a home run and 2 RBIs. And Hedges even has a home run. In fact, has an RBI. I think Stephen Kwan hit his first career home run against Barrios, if I'm not mistaken. That might have been when it was. It's crazy, but yeah. Mavs are burnt toast. Yeah, they might be cooked for sure. So that's that. And then, of course, we'll be facing the Jays again in Cleveland, I think next week. Yeah. We have Seattle. And then we face the Jays again. Off day on Monday the 17th. At least we're going to have our solid pitchers against the Mariners. But then we're probably going to have the same stinky pitchers against the Jays again. We might have Gavin back by then, too. Ooh, that would be great, man. That would be fantastic if we got Gavin back for that series against the Jays back in Cleveland. But what else is there really to talk about, Yeah, poor Kyrie. Dude just cannot beat the Celtics since he left Cleveland. How ironic. He leaves Cleveland, goes to Boston. They don't do that well there. He doesn't do that well there. He leaves Boston, and he can't beat them. Longest road playoff win streak. Boston, 9. 3 behind the 01-02 Lakers. The Cavs in 2016-17, 9, excluding the bubble. Well, obviously, because there was no road games in the bubble. It was all at one location or like one general area. Boston Celtics are literally a 10-game win streak as of right now. The last time they lost was the Cavaliers. Yep. The last time they lost was when we smoked them in game 2. They have not lost since. Wow. All right, so okay. Just got to pull up the schedule real quick, see if ESPN has anything on our matchup. All right, there we are. Okay. But I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to head out, guys. All right? So against the Blue Jays, okay, they don't have it either. But, yeah, it's looking like it'll be McKenzie, Bybee, and Allen against the Mariners. Okay. And then it'll be Lively, Carrasco, and McKenzie against the Jays again. Now, we're not going to face Kikuchi. We almost did, though. We almost had to face Kikuchi, but he's right after Barrios. Oh, that's why, because Manoah's injured. That's right. Yeah, Manoah's been out for the year for, I think, a week now. I was like, yo, who filled that spot? But that was Manoah. Yeah, that's right. That was where Manoah was. That's why they have an open spot there. So who the heck's going to pitch there for them? Unless they do a bullpen game. Or do they have the guy that they just got for Biggio pitch? Let me see here. Who pitched last time for them? Gosman. Who pitched against the A's in the last game? Because you have Barrios and then Kikuchi. Francis. Who's this guy? Bowden Francis. 7.36 ERA. He's a righty. I know the Guardians would love to see him on the mound. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, they just called him up probably, or they had him fill in for Manoah. So, we'll see who they decide to put him in there. Would you rather have Savali or Carrasco? Savali by a mile. But if you think about it, if we still had Savali, we wouldn't have Manzardo. But honestly, that wouldn't really make much of a difference because Manzardo is not playing in the field at all anyway. He's been like a bona fide DH ever since we brought him up. I want to see him play the field one time. Yankees beat the brakes off the Royals? Of course they did. They smoked them. And I really feel bad for my friend Josh from the Sports Fury because I'm facing him in a fantasy league where every participant has one team. Like, for instance, my team is the Dodgers. And the Dodgers are just smoking the ball right now. And meanwhile, he's the freaking Royals. Oh, that's tough. His fantasy team has mustered a wild 36 points. Kansas City lost 11-5. They lost 10-1 yesterday and 11-5 tonight. Now, as far as the standings go, right? As far as the standings go in the major leagues, let me see here. Let's see. Damn. Angels are smacking them D-backs 7-0. Bro. Bad. Damn. By the way, Bleacher Report had the Guardians as a potential landing spot for Garrett Crochet. Now, honestly, I wouldn't mind Garrett Crochet, especially if you can somehow get Luis Robert with him. But I'm not giving any of my top prospects to a division rival. Hell no. I don't want to have to face Chase DeLauder 12, 13, sometimes 12 times a year. Hell no. Or Valera. God forbid we faced Valera. But yeah, the Guardians are still 5.5 games up in the division. In fact, I think Kansas City still has like 2 games against them too. Yeah. Kansas City has them tomorrow, Marsh versus Cortez. And then they face the Dodgers. Kansas City faces the Yankees and the Dodgers back to back. Guardians, I beg of you, take care of your next like 6 games. I swear, dude. We could have a nice, comfortable lead in the division if we take care of business against Toronto and Seattle. Oh my God. They have 2 more against, right? 2 more? Oh no, yeah, they've already lost 3 of their. Oh man, they had okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, they have 1 more against New York tomorrow. And then Friday they have the Dodgers for 3. And then they have Oakland. If Oakland can just help me out this one freaking time, I would yeah. Hey, you know what? Here's what I'll do. All right. Here's what I'll do. If Oakland sweeps the Royals in their upcoming series, now, of course, we got to take care of our business first, too. I will vote for not Mason Miller, but I'll vote for an Oakland Athletic into the All-Star game. Most likely it'll be Brent Rooker because I want him to be a Guardian. So I'll probably vote for him. Yeah. I don't want to do anything too outrageous. I'll vote for Brent Rooker. If they voted for pitchers, I'd say I'd vote for Blackburn too and Mason Miller. But no, I'll vote for Brent Rooker. Yeah. I'll vote for Brent Rooker. Not going to be that guy that said, I'm going to, do this and do that. No, I'm just going to say I'll vote for Brent Rooker for the All-Star game. If they sweep them, which they're not going to, so that's not going to be a problem. But yeah, looking at Kansas City, they're in trouble. Guardians get hot again. We could be up by 10 games by the end of the month. We play them too coming up too. Yeah, before the end of this month. So, ooh, things are going to get fun. Boy. So, essentially, yeah, to wrap it up, Guardians split against the Reds. Whoop-de-doo. Of course, we all know our lovely fella Daishi Sports is going to treat this victory today like a World Series. Although, let's be honest, he doesn't know what a World Series feels like because this team hasn't been there in God knows how long. He wasn't alive for it. I don't even think he was even a thought in his parents' head when they were in the World Series last. So, yeah, he doesn't know what it feels like. His team hasn't even gotten out of the freaking first round since, God, Joey Votto was like in his prime. Maybe since Griffey left for sure. But yeah, they've been ass for years. They're like the ugly stepchild in Ohio. The ugly brother that nobody likes. You know, I mean, the Guardians, they're also a small market, cheap ass team, but we develop our players. We're very good at that. We've actually had success, you know. But it is what it is. We'll see them again, I believe, in September. And of course, by then, both teams are probably going to look different between guys coming off the injured list and, of course, trades. And I know damn well the Guardians are going to make at least one trade. Because I swear to God, what's up, Yusuf? Good evening. I swear to God, right now, if the Guardians go into the deadline and do absolutely nothing, I'm going to be pissed. By the way, got some Cavs news to talk about. According to Mike Scotto, the Cavs are not interested in trading Darius Garland and still view him as an all-star caliber player. They are also unlikely to consider trading Garland for Brandon Ingram. Doesn't say Jared Allen. Cavs really were the only postseason team in the NBA to play the Celtics tough and win a game. Yeah, they were. They were in almost every game. Even when we lost Donovan and no Jarrett, we still held tough with a bunch of role players. Man. The Florida Panthers have arrived in Edmonton. The Cincinnati Reds have a 59-74 record against the Guardians all time. Oh, by the way, here's also another thing from Mike Scotto. This will piss off the haters for the Cavs as well. Several rival executives now believe Donovan Mitchell is poised to sign a long-term extension with the Cavs. Well, duh. Of course. What else is there? Quincy Wheeler. I think the trade deadline question I'm most interested in is, are the Angels ready to do some serious reloading of their farm system? Or is Moreno going to gum it all up again? Because I'm very interested in the Guardians getting Taylor Ward and or Patrick Sandoval. People are talking about Soriano. I'm not trading. I wouldn't trade Soriano if I'm them. I think they'd be more likely to trade Detmers than Soriano. Soriano is throwing 100 like crazy in his sleep, and he's under control for a long time. But my guy Quincy brought this up. This is the lineup that we would have if we traded for Taylor Ward. Quan, Ward, Jose, Josh Naylor. That's one hell of a top four. Fry, Manzardo, Jimenez, Freeman with either Rocchio, he says Martinez, and Brito at the shortstop. You know, what I would do for the Guardians, I would trade for Taylor Ward, obviously, right? Trade for Taylor Ward. Maybe you can get Reed Detmers as well. That'd be cool, right? Because Detmers is solid. He has potential. Put him in the Guardians pitching lab and we could turn him into a freaking ace, a super ace pitcher. And he's a lefty too. Or maybe Patrick Sandoval wouldn't be bad either. But wow. You maybe send Ari Ass to Korea or something. I don't know. Maybe you probably just send him down to Columbus, or you have him as a bench bat that you never use. And Rocchio, you tell him, buddy, you need to actually hit the ball, please. Now, of course, if I had my big computer with me, which is currently getting looked at, for those who don't know, I'd be doing a video on that already. I would have done 3 videos on trade targets. What else is people saying? Nothing else. Wow. Okay. Someone said Sandoval's trash. Sandoval's only ever received poor coaching from the Angels. He has a 373 FIP, failed link independent pitching, and a great curve unchanged, throwing his four-seamer harder than ever. Give Willis and Hedges 2 weeks with them, and he'll be a number 2 starter. One thing I've realized about Austin Hedges is he stinks with the bat, but at least he makes up for it with his glove, because he is one of the better game callers behind the plate that we have. I just wish he wasn't a black hole with the bat, because he stinks. I'm convinced you could literally put a scarecrow at the plate with a bat, and it would probably do better than Hedges. You could have a toddler at the plate, and he'd probably do better than Hedges. He has no plan. He just swings and hopes he runs into something. That's what he does. If you're wondering what I'm looking at my phone here. I have to look at stuff on my phone because my computer would not be able to tolerate me looking at multiple windows. It's already slow and everything. Oh, here we go. Here's the article from my guy Quincy from Covering the Corner. Talks about some potential pitchers the Guardians could target. This is from earlier this month, about a week ago. A week ago. He mentioned some guys like, okay, these are realistic options. Jack Flaherty from the Tigers. Would the Tigers really want to do that? No. Patrick Sandoval, arbitration eligible and free agent in 2027. Yep. I would do it. Sean Manaea, okay, will likely opt out of his $14 million deal for 2025, but do that and approximately $7 million the rest of the year. Yeah, okay. Kikuchi, free agent in 2025, owed approximately $6 million. John Gray, a free agent after 2026, $21 million. I don't know about that. Nick Pivetta, free agent after the season or free agent in 2025, owed approximately $3 million. That'd be a good option for a pitcher. Jesus Luzardo, what I call the Jesus Lizard, because that's literally what his name looks like, Jesus Lizard. Wow, yeah, arbitration eligible and free agent in 2027. I'd be down for that all day. If the Guardians want to really make me a happy man, we saw this dude kill us a couple times in that series against the Marlins. Get me the Jesus Lizard and Brian De La Cruz. What about Jazz? I don't know if this locker room would want Jazz Chisholm. He's a bit of a wild one, to say the least. Brian De La Cruz would be lit. Not to mention, we have our own De La Cruz. Because that's the thing with the Central teams, apparently. They like guys named Cruz or De La Cruz. I mean, of course, the Pirates have O'Neill Cruz. We'd have Brian De La Cruz, and the Reds would have Ellie De La Cruz. I'm just fooling around. JP Sears. This is an interesting one. Pre-arbitration, and he's a free agent in 2029. Eric Fede, just like Ben Lively, free agent in 2026, owed approximately $11 million. This is an intriguing one again. Luis Severino, free agent in 2025, due about $6 million for the remainder of this year. And then you would have... That's it. Now let me look at JP. I don't even know how good Sears is doing this year, but my God, having a dude for that long, can you imagine the package that they would have to give up, that we'd have to give up to get him? I don't even know how good he is. I think he stinks, but I want Blackburn if we're going from pitching. If we're looking for pitching from the A's, give me Blackburn. But okay, so it says he's ARB eligible. Oh, he's in pre. He hasn't even hit arbitration yet. Okay. Yeah, he's just now hitting in the pre-arb next year, 2025. He'll be 30 in his first arbitration year. Let me look at Paul Blackburn. I'm very curious for Paul Blackburn. I'm very curious. How many years? Oh, he's heading into arbitration 3. So we would have him for the rest of this year and then next year. So that's 1.5 years left. Yeah, it'd work. It'd work. Because you'd have Blackburn essentially fill in the Bieber role. Yeah. And that means you would have a rotation of, most likely, Bibee, Blackburn, Lively, Allen, and Williams. Oh, that is so damn lit. That's hot right there. Oh, that's hot. I sound like Will Smith from that meme when he's looking through the binoculars. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. But obviously, I don't think we're going to get Blackburn because they're probably going to want a lot for him. And I don't know how much we're willing to pay. All right, what else do we got here? Nothing else. All right, I think that's all, guys. So that's it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And again, I should have my computer back by hopefully next week. Maybe by this weekend, even. That'd be lit if I got it back like tomorrow. Essentially, guys, here's the way it'll go. When you guys see a thumbnail pop up that looks like it was made on PixArt or whatever, then yeah, you know I got my computer back. Enough said. Checking through to make sure nothing else happened, because that's all I'd need. You know, something to happen while I'm not here or while I'm not paying attention. All right. Well, I'm going to head out here, guys. So come back, Amari. Go Browns. Yeah, we need Amari to get that extension. He deserves every cent that he's going to be getting because he's a beast. He kept the offense going when we didn't have Deshaun. Hope they give him the money that he's worth. So that's going to wrap it up. I've been going for over an hour. Shout out to everybody who came through, and on to the Blue Jays series. Again, you know, if you're wondering, am I tripping about losing to the damn Reds again? No, because you're going to lose games. And, you know, we won yesterday, so it doesn't really hurt. Not to mention the Royals got royally curb stomped. See what I did there? By the Yankees tonight. So that takes any pain out of that. We're still 5.5 up. They face them tomorrow again. So hopefully, you know, Nestor Cortez can do his thing. And we'll be a good 6 games up on Kansas City as they face the Dodgers and we face Toronto. So I'll be back maybe earlier, but right now, the next time I'll be streaming will be for the series recap. Am I going to do any NBA Finals games? Probably not, which sucks, but the way this series is going, it's going to be over in 4. sucks, but that's just the way it's been. So I will see you all, if not before. I'll be back. I mean, if the Cavs hire their coach, I'll try and go live. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, the next time I plan to go live is after the Jays series. And we'll see if the Cavs find their coach, because I didn't mention this. I actually thought about going live to talk about this. The Cavs essentially have their finalists figured out, as they're having interviews this weekend, with essentially the finalists: Kenny Atkinson, James Borrego, and Micah Nori, the acting head coach for the Wolves during that conference final round. Well, actually, he's been their acting head coach since the first round against the Suns? Yeah. Because that's when Mike Conley was shoved into Coach Finch by Devin Booker's dumbass. But yeah, so we'll see what they do there. What I might do is, when I hear about the interviews and stuff, I might go live tomorrow to talk about that, because I'm kind of tired right now. So I will see you all later, and we'll see what comes up with the Cavs coaching search, because it sounds like it's coming to an end soon. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guardians. And I'm out. Bye-bye. Go Guards. Yeah. Beat the Jays. Yeah. And Chris Antoinetti. Got about a month, dude. Clock is ticking. Hope you're ready to make some moves, because this team definitely could do a couple moves. I gave them a break the last couple of years because they've been mid, right? They were mid at the deadline. They weren't good enough to really buy, but then they weren't bad enough to straight up sell. If they were going to make any moves the last couple of years, they were going to be buy to sell or sell to buy, right? This year, they are straight up buyers. They're 20 games over 500, 5.5 ahead of the Royals for first in the division. And you have to wonder, how much longer are they going to let Carlos Carrasco throw pitches as a starter before they decide, you know what, we need another starter? How long are they going to let that go? I'm sure they plan on getting another starter. They don't want to do it too early because prices are still high, and you don't want to be seen as desperate because other GMs are going to abuse you for that. So essentially, they're just like, we're just going to hope and pray that somehow Carlos Carrasco can get us through the next month or so. I'd say he probably has another 5 or so appearances left before the trade deadline. At least maybe 6 or 7. I don't know. It depends. He has quite a few left. Hope he can stay healthy that long. I really don't want to see Curry again, because let's be honest, Curry ain't a starter. He's a freaking bullpen piece. Just like Cookie. At this day and age in his career, Cookie is a bullpen guy. He's good enough 1 or 2 times through the order at most. After that, you're playing roulette. And the thing is, this roulette, you have a bullet in every chamber. So you're screwed no matter what. That's the way it is when it comes to having Cookie pitch a 3rd time through against a team. Even the worst team will tattoo him a couple times. He isn't as nasty as he was, obviously, when he was with us the first time. The Mets corrupted him. The Mets freaking crappy ass organization freaking corrupted him. That and his age. But mainly the Mets. I'm going to blame them. Yeah, when in doubt, blame the Mets. Because they Metsed it up. Oh well, so I'll see you guys eventually, maybe after this Jays series, but maybe we'll find a Cavs coach before then. So yeah, I'll wrap it up. Gone over for an hour. I'll be live tomorrow, actually, to talk about the Cavs coaching finalists. I just wanted to wait and see if anything else came up about them, because right now there's 3. I want to see if there's any more. So probably do a little thing tomorrow, but that'll be it. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guardians, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Yeah, please beat the Jays. Please beat the Jays. I beg of you, Guardians. Get back on the good side of things, right? Dodgers losing? What? Oh, my God. Bye-bye.